If you have taken the SAT before, then you definitely know that the time pressure on the exam is really, really, really intense. Today we'll be seeing 3 different uncommon strategies we can use in order to save time on the exam. Before we start, keep in mind that the best way to improve your time management skills on the exam is through consistent practice in actual test day conditions. Right? You practice in test day conditions and in test day time. That's the best way to improve. These techniques and strategies are good, but the primary way is through consistent practice. Okay, so once we've gotten that out of the way, now let's actually see the different strategies. First strategy you can use, you can darken in chunks. What does this mean? Instead of darkening one by one, right, you do one question on the question booklet and then darken one, the second question, and then darken the second question. What you want to do is darken a group of questions together. So you do, let's say, questions 1 to 5, A, B, D, A, C, and then darken A, B, D, A, C. 5 to 10, C, A, B, C, D, C, A, B, C, D. Why we want to do this is because we can save time by avoiding that going back and forth after each question. That wastes time. And in addition to that, it also has a focus loss penalty, right? So after you do one question and then you darken one, when you come back to doing the questions, there's a period of readjustment. You need to readjust yourself to get the momentum you had before going to darken the questions, right? So there's this slight time loss, but if you darken in chunks, what you can do is save time using that way and avoid that focus loss. So darkening in chunks is a really powerful way we can avoid time losses on the exam and also focus loss. If you're really ambitious, what you can do is darken the whole section at the end of the section. So you do the whole section on the question booklet and then save some time for at the end and then darken the whole thing at the end. I know that's a really risky and intense strategy, but it's also powerful in that it allows you to maintain focus and avoid going back and forth between the question booklet and the answer sheet. So in order to be able to apply this, first you definitely need to practice it in various practice tests, right? You can't just do this on exam day. It needs practice because it's a really risky strategy. And another thing you want to make sure is that you are able to save time, at least 5 minutes or more, just for darkening purposes. Keep in mind that the workout you do on the question booklet is pretty much useless. That's not what's going to be graded. The stuff on your answer sheet is what's going to be graded. So you definitely want to make sure that you save at least 5 minutes or more so that you darken everything you did on the question booklet on the answer sheet. With this strategy, especially if you apply darkening at the end, you can save up to 2 minutes per section. Second strategy you can use a dull pencil for darkening. So try this out for yourself. Take 2 answer sheets and darken one with a sharp pencil and darken the other one with a dull pencil. And all the while, time yourself while doing this. What you're going to find is that there's going to be a time difference between the two. The second option, the one you used a dull pencil on, is going to be more faster. This means that just by changing the type of pencil we use, we can save time, which is really, really powerful, right? Simple, but powerful. Personally, what I did when I took the SAT exam and got a 1530 on it, I had a sharp pencil just for workout and darkening on the question booklet purposes, right? And then I had a dull pencil just for the answer sheet. So I'll do everything with that sharp pencil on the question booklet, and then at the end, I'll save myself about 5 minutes and then darken on the answer sheet with that dull pencil. And this way, I was able to save time just by using different pencils. With this strategy, you can save up to 2 minutes per section, especially if you darken at the end of a section. Third strategy you can use, you can practice speed darkening. So the speed you have right now while darkening on the answer sheet might not be at its most efficient. You can probably increase your speed, which means just by increasing your speed, you can increase the amount of time you have on the exam. So what you want to do is, you can just take a bunch of answer sheets and then just practice bubbling in answers really, really fast. Through that, you can increase your speed and then increase the amount of time you have. Quick note, when you're doing this, you want to do this with an actual question booklet in hand, because that's how it's going to work on exam day, right? You're not just going to darken on an answer sheet. You're going to copy the answers you have on your booklet to the answer sheet. So have a question booklet on hand and then copy those to an answer sheet, and then just try to increase your speed while doing this. With this strategy, and depending on how fast you can become, you can save up to 1 minute or maybe even more using this strategy. So if you noticed, with this simple, really simple but uncommon strategies, we were able to save up to 5 minutes per section, which is not an easy feat. And transfer that to 4 sections in total, which is the amount of sections the SAT has, that will come out to 20 minutes as a whole, right? Which means you're able to save 20 minutes on your SAT exam. And that's not a simple amount of time. So make sure to try out these practices, make sure to try out these strategies, and let us know how it goes in the comments below. And if you know anybody that might find these strategies useful, anybody prepping for their SAT, do share with them so they can increase the amount of time they have and potentially increase their scores. That's what we have for you guys today, and we'll see you guys in the next video.